So let's think back to our high school reading. Did you read George Orwell's 1984?
I lived through it. Yeah. Well, I mean, not the story that played out, of course, and that we haven't yet, thankfully. But yeah, I remember, and I was just saying, I remember a little kid in the 70s, we used to look at 1984 like it was some futuristic thing you could only dream of because it was in the book. That's the way you thought about 1984. So whether or not you read it, you've probably heard about it. You can relive that utopian society this weekend in Ashland. In fact, we're joined by some of the Paramount Players here to talk about a rather unique offering for people to see. This is not the kind of show that a lot of people go, oh, what a fun, but what a message.
You're right, really. Yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
Who wants to go first?
Well, 1984 is this dystopian society where the government is always watching you. You're always expected to behave in a certain manner. You're expected to dress a certain way, and you can only do what Big Brother says. You can only do as he wishes. So very different from how we live now. We have a lot of free choice now. So this imagines what it would be like if all of our free will and our choices were taken away.
Some people have said that we have moved more towards that Orwellian society of 1984 that we read about, and that's simply because there are more eyes on us all the time, just because of technology and the combination of technology and law enforcement. A lot of people say, well, we need that for our protection, but other people feel this. But it is kind of a is that? Do you guys talk about that when you talk about putting the show on, or are you too busy learning your lines?
No, we did talk about that a lot, and it is interesting how society will accept some of these things over time. When Orwell wrote the book in the late 1940s, the idea of having someone watch you 24/7 was completely, foreign or alien to him. But now we've started to get, cameras on our computer screens and cameras on our phones and everything, and you can start to see how that could become possible. So the key, and one of the reasons why I think this book and this play specifically are really important, is for people to start to understand that you can't accept everything on face value. You have to sort of begin to question a few things, or you do fall into that trap that you see with the society in the book.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been obviously a book and also a movie as well. How has that been maybe challenging, or is it something that you kind of work with both of those factors? Is it different or not?
It's interesting. The book is very different than the play. The book was the play was an adaptation written in the 80s. Around the time actually that 1984 actually occurred. So they had to change a number of things to make it applicable for the stage, because a lot of the book takes place in the main character's head. So it is a challenge, and you have to sort of allow yourself to be true to both the play and the book at the same time, so that you don't lose that message associated.
And it makes you appreciate, I would think I think it makes anybody, whether you see it or whether you're in it and you're talking about these lines and studying these lines, it makes you appreciate the freedom that we have in our country, and why it is so important to keep fighting. And that's what it is. It's constantly, you have to remind people in charge, well, remember, you're here to serve us, and we need our freedom, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Is it almost creepy playing some of the roles?
Yeah, I would say so. We were just talking about that, how this whole environment here is creepy, because there are no cameramen. Sometimes I feel creepy being on my phone, because
who's listening?
Yeah, absolutely. Or on your computer. So
Alexa is recording everything you say.
So I think, especially for me doing this play, I have become more open to the idea that I'm not necessarily always being watched, but I could be. So not necessarily a little more paranoid, but
it affects you though.
In your personal life.
Maybe you just make sure that you have your makeup touched up at all times.
Absolutely.
Now you know how it feels being in the studio with this camera all the time. All right, we're going to go over the details for the show. It is Friday and Saturday at 7:30. It's at the Paramount Arts Center. The tickets are $20 for adults and $15 for students. And you're hoping to get a lot of students there, because obviously this is a message you want to drive home to every new generation. This story never gets old.
No.
It just evolves.
It just evolves and develops and becomes more real life all the time for all of us every day.
Can't wait
Thank
to
you
see
so
it
much
though,
for
and
coming.
see the rendition. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.